All right, in this video we're going to do a little more of an advanced application of the rules. And it involves what are called regular polygons. So regular polygons simply means all the sides and the angles are congruent. Okay, so think of like an equilateral triangle, right? It's equilateral, it's equiangular. That's regular. That's a regular, three-gon, if you will. Quadrilateral, regular quadrilateral. You probably already know what that is. Think of a four-sided shape that has all the same sides and all the same angles. Right? That's a square, isn't it? So that's just a regular polygon is however many sides it has, all of the sides have to be congruent and all the angles have to be congruent. So the neat thing about that is if we go back to our rule, let's say for the interior angles, we might be able to figure out how to handle it if the figure happens to be regular, if the polygon's regular. This gives you the total. Right? In a triangle, if I know the total is 180, how do you figure out what each one is, for an equilateral triangle? Right? Don't you just divide that by 3? Right? You divide by how many sides there are, how many angles there are, which is also how many sides there are, to figure out each one. So that's actually the rule. For each interior angle, you do n minus 2 times 180 divided by how many there are to divide it up. Okay, that's each. So if I do this, that's the total. This just tells me to divide it out equally among however many there are. Okay, you'll see that in a second. For each exterior, well, you kind of do the same thing. The difference is exterior, we already know the total is 360, so you just divide that by how many there are. Okay, it's that simple. So each interior, you take the total, divide by how many there are. Each exterior, you take the total, divide by how many there are, which should make sense if you think of it in terms of like an equilateral triangle, or even a square. In a square, how many sides are there? How many angles? 4, right? So you take 360 degrees and divide it by 4. That's why each one is 90. Of course, they're not always that simple. Find the measure of each interior angle of a regular hexagon. Well, a hexagon, I don't know off the top of my head how many degrees there are, so I have to follow the formula. So each one is going to be n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. But what's n for a hexagon? How many sides? That's 6. So it's 6 minus 2 times 180 gets me the total. Divided by 6 gets me each one. Clean that up. That's 4 times 180 divided by 6. I believe that's 120 degrees each. Okay? So the concept, again, you're not really doing much different. You're just taking that total that we've already kind of figured out and dividing by how many there actually are to split up. How about exterior? Again, this is probably a little easier. Hexagon, so n is still 6, but this time I want to know what each one outside is going to be. So I'm taking that 360 and dividing it by 6 to get each exterior, which of course is 60 degrees each. Okay, and that's how you handle when they're regular. All right, so that's the sort of advanced application of the rules. In the last video is the examples that are actually here. I was hoping you would just try these try these examples on your own. The answers will be on the back of your handout, and the video will help you with step-by-step of how to do each one if you're getting stuck. Okay? Good luck, and by all means, let me know if you have any questions.